Hey, what's up, everyone? Hey, I'm talking unedited right now, and I know it's been a while since I put out another video. I was supposed to put one out weeks ago, and I've been getting a lot of requests from everyone to put out another video, and I do appreciate that. It's just that I've been really, really busy, and on top of that, having transportation problems. It seems like me and cars don't seem to get along. It seems in my reality, every time I pay off a car, I'll either lose in an accident or have some major engine problem where it kind of holds me back. Which matter of fact, I'm gonna talk about that in the next video about frequencies. I notice patterns when I talk to people, but I don't want to get too much into it. I'm gonna save that for later. So I've been spending a few weeks trying to pick up a pickup truck, and I wanted an old one. And Facebook Marketplace is very tough to get a pickup truck. These people, man, why don't they just leave a damn number so I could call them? Playing tag on Facebook, and I don't do Facebook on my phone, so that makes it even more difficult. So I finally got one. It took a while to get one. I just wanted a small one, an old one to do some work on it because I needed a pickup truck. So I got one, and it's it's I like it. It's nice. It's small. So I got the point I'm making is it's old. In the county I live in, they have this thing where you have to have emissions test done on your car, right? So before it used to be 20 years, you don't have to have emissions on your car. But when I get one at 20 years, the same year they changed it to 25 years now. And I'm not surprised because these things always happen in my reality. I'm always just missing the cutoff every time. So it doesn't even surprise me. So, and that will go along with the next video I'm gonna talk about. Not the one that's coming now, the one I was supposed to put out. I'm gonna put that out now after I talk to you. Like I said, this is unedited. So these videos are kind of difficult to make because I have to find the right clips to match the visual of what I see to give you a better understanding of what is going on. If I'm just talking, you won't really see the whole picture. So I try to find those videos in there because I don't want to give you just one blank screen where you just watch and for the whole time listening. I mean, it's good because you could do work and just listening, but if you don't see the visuals, you don't get the full effect of the reality we live in or the reality that I see that I try to put in your mind of what I see. That way you could get a better understanding of what's going on. So I have no soundproofing, so you might hear a plane keep flying around, and it's funny because I always have to, on a busy night, I always have to wait till a plane fly by so that I could record in the breaks of the plane flying by. It's kind of funny, but hey, I got to do what I do to make it kind of professional, sound kind of professional anyway. So yeah, I guess that's what I wanted to talk about, and I know it was more things. And oh, one good thing happened though was I talked to my daughter last week, my oldest daughter. I haven't talked to her for about 5 years. The last day I talked to her was the day my brother passed away. And shortly after that, she went overseas with her husband who's serving our country in the military. So she's back for her brother's graduation, and her and my youngest daughter gave me a call. That was so nice. It was so nice talking to her. That was nice. So that was cool. And I guess that's about it. I know I had something more to say, but I'm drawing a blank right now because, like I said, I'm talking unedited, so it's just right off the top of my head. But I do want to talk about. I see people talking about the moon a lot, and they saying these things like the moon in our atmosphere and lights flying across the moon. And what's funny is I notice flat earthers still keep saying atmosphere. Why don't they ever say atmos flat? You still calling it a sphere. So it's just funny to me. But that's just a little joke in there. But anyway, about the moon. Um, the moon, I mentioned in other videos that it's a space station. It's not artificial. I mean, it's not natural. It's artificial. I'm sorry. It's not natural because you got Jupiter's moon and you got Saturn moons, and all these moons have names to them. And our moon don't have a name to them. I mean, our moon don't have a name to it. And the point I'm making is you can't name something that somebody else created. So that moon does not belong here. It wasn't here the whole time the earth was here, is what I'm trying to say. How come my moon doesn't have a name? Everybody calls it the moon. It's called the moon. But we know all the names to Saturn moons. We know all the names to Jupiter's moon. It's just kind of weird. We don't know the name to our own moon. I see they have some kind of weird name they tried to call it, but like I said before, you can't name something somebody else invented or created. The person that made it can name it. That's why it doesn't have a name. So the moon is a space station. So just to let you know that, just throwing that out there. But I'm going to start this video, and it's talking about fire. So I hope I don't sound too silly saying, I mean, a lot of time I be drawing blanks. I stutter a little bit. But when it's edited, it's still, well, never mind. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and sorry for making you wait. The problem with the world is no one believes in magic that surrounds them anymore. Television overemphasizes so much by making it so dramatic and immediate that you don't recognize the magic that's all around you. I'm not talking about making things disappear and reappear. Those are tricks and illusions. You know those old movies with wizards or witches? They always use potions, crystal balls, have all kinds of ingredients and potions on their shelf. It's showing that they use the elements given to them by nature. These same elements that cures all diseases. Now there are people that have special abilities that can move objects with their minds, like the Indigo Kids. This is not magic. These are people that are able to tap into their inner powers. Everybody has psychic abilities. We either forgot how to use them or they're being suppressed. All the elements of earth, air, fire, and water have magical properties. Then there's the ether, that I excluded because no one truly understands it or know what it really is. But the other four elements, you have water, the element that gives you the power to transform it from liquid to solid and gas. Nature's carving instrument. Water can cut through anything. There's almost unlimited uses for this magic elixir. You have earth, which has the power to create any material in the physical world. Earth gives you the power of flight, speed, and technology. Earth provides you with food and shelter. Earth even provides you with this magic device you're watching this video on. The same device that will have you labeled a witch if you possessed one 100 years ago. Then you have air, the invisible power that can move even the heaviest objects. Air can rip buildings off its foundation. But out of all these elements, fire is the most magical. Fire is real magic. Fire is nowhere and everywhere at the same time. You can make fire appear anywhere. All you need is fuel and a spark. Fire gives you an unlimited light source. Fire gives you heat. Fire will also protect you. Now that's magic. Fire can transform all the other elements into something else. Fire demands respect. You can't feel it, but it will let you know if you're touching it too long by the heat it produces. Fire is something interesting. It's weightless. The only way to measure it is by its brightness and heat signature. The smallest fire is very fragile and very dangerous. But the real question is fire alive? Most fires need air to exist. Fire also needs fuel to consume to stay alive. Sounds like people. Our souls are very similar to fire. You might even say that our souls are fire itself. Our bodies are earth, we contain air and water, and fire is our life force. You may even say the sun. What's the difference between this fire and this fire? They're made from two different sources. Are they the same or are they different fires? Who cares, right? How can you tell anyway? How about this fire? Is it the same fire because it came from the same source? Is it different from this fire? All of them produce the same light. All of them produce the same heat. All of them can cause the same damage. They all have the same unchanged strength no matter how many times it's split. So is there really a difference? The point I'm trying to make, our souls came from the same source just the same as these lights came from the same candle. That's how we're able to be in multiple realities at the same time. Each fire enters a body and takes different paths in life. Each fire gains knowledge and experience to burn brighter and brighter to carry on to its next life, and continue to gain experience till it returns to the source. Fire has no gender. Fire doesn't know what it's attracted to until it acquires a body. This section will touch on the gay agenda. This is not what this video is about. I don't mean to offend anybody. I'm just letting you know what's coming to make a point. You hear men say that they feel that they're a woman trapped in a man's body and vice versa for women that feel that they're a man. It's not your soul feeling that way. It's your brain body. When these bodies were designed, it was made to self-replicate to ensure survival. If a body is attracted to the same sex, it could have come about it in different ways. It's a chemical miswire in the brain by way of food, traumatic experience as a child, or by way of rape or molestation. And you wonder why they're bent on this abortion ban all of a sudden. They're not attacking women. It's a particular group of people whose birth rates are in decline. Let's be real about it. I have absolutely nothing against LGBT. I need to point that out. There's a couple in my family, mostly the younger generation, and we love each other like crazy. We don't judge them at all. We sometimes even make jokes about each other. There's this episode on Maury about twin sisters that transition to men.
Now, I want to show you a photo of twin sisters, Aisha and Faisha. They were just 5 years old. And sadly, both of them never really felt comfortable in the female bodies that they were born in. So 6 years ago, Aisha and Faisha made the decision to transform themselves into the men that they are today, Angel and Fabian.
In my energy video, I said that twins share the same soul, pretty much like this candle. The fire splits and whatever feelings from past lives, both bodies will inherit. So now you might say that it's their souls that feel that they were men in women's body because their souls share the same feelings. But wait, there is evidence out there of twins where one is gay and the other is straight. They share the same soul, but only one of them is attracted to the same sex. How about brother and sister, where each of them are attracted to their same sex? I actually met a brother and sister like that when I was much younger. They weren't twins, but I thought to myself, how that happened in the same family? At that time, I didn't know as much as I do now, but that always stuck with me. Getting back to those twins, it was something they both experienced in their lives together to cause a chemical change. I guess the point I'm making, it's not your soul telling you who you think you are. It's the chemical reaction in the brain body telling you who you think you are. The same rule applies to straight people. You are not your body. You're just here for the ride. You have two battery-operated robots, one designed to drill holes and the other designed to cut metal. You swap their batteries, which is the soul of the robot. Does the robot that drill holes now cut metal? No, unless you rewire its circuits and change some parts. Otherwise, it wasn't designed that way. Let's think about the multiverse theory for a second. If you was to go to an alternate universe and meet your doppelganger, would it actually be another version of you making different decisions? No, it would be another version of the same life that was chosen for you being played by another soul. Look at it like a Batman movie. Every few years it's played by a different actor. The same Batman life played by different people. So in your case, it's another soul playing the same role you're playing. So it's your job to make the best of your role and learn from the experience and grow, not to gain materials. This is also the same reason time travelers can't change our past. They'll be changing it for the souls playing our lives in the past. Time travelers can only change our futures, but only the time travelers will notice the difference. When you reincarnate, the soul that's playing your life's role in another reality will not play the same role you play in your next life. It's totally random. Souls are not linked in that way. Besides, it will have to be random because each life dies at different times under different circumstances. And in the case of deja vu, and this is piggybacking off our alternate realities dormant video, is when your soul combines with the soul on a new collective current. You will retain most of your memories combined with the memory that's implanted in this new current's brain. But now you'll be operating on the memories of what this new brain experienced and believe that you actually done the new things you now remember. But most of your experience will be the same because the current that picks you up will most likely be from the same quantum markers with very slight differences. And with the exception that a change is about to take place in your regular routine that your original current bypassed. You may even feel the need to follow new habits because of the habits your combined soul picked up in its own experience. Either way, in the moment deja vu happens, your higher self grows and is a constant reminder of why you're here. You are not your body. You need to think higher than that. If all you see is the soul of everyone you meet, there will be nothing to judge or compare but our experience. That's the only reason we're here. The quicker you become one with nature, the quicker you graduate to the next realm. It's not an easy task. These evil entities makes it very difficult for everyone. And once society as a whole becomes one with nature, the transformation of this reality will be unimaginable. We have learned many lessons in many lifetimes because each lifetime provides new situations that didn't exist in the last life. In the meantime, you will have to pay your debt to karma for bad deeds in your past or be rewarded for the good ones. How you handle your new situation by karma will be the basis for your next life. Rich people that are assholes today may have been rewarded for being a good person in their past life, of being poor will most likely be born poor again because they didn't handle their gift from karma correctly. And sometimes karma can be instant. For all we know, at the end of this journey, we all become a son of infinite knowledge to our own personal solar system. Fire return to source. Always remember, magic is all around you, and you have all the elements to create anything you want. You have the power to create whatever reality you want. But the realest magic of all is the fire inside you. Something is keeping your human suit animated. If it's not a battery, if it's not gasoline or oil, if it's not nuclear or coal, it can only be magic. You are God. Thank you for watching, and thank you for sharing your time with me. And thank you for your patience.